sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join a live chat and make it so easy, because if you want to join a live chat or if you want to watch a live broadcast, it is easy. Easy, easy, easy. Did I tell you it's easy? Go to Reaver.1 and click on the live stream. It is that easy. That's all you have to do. Go there. Not only can you watch a live broadcast of the show, you can also join in on the conversation. Now, if you want to support the show, do you want to support SHR Media? Go to Reaver.1/shop. That is Reaver.1/shop. And you can pick yourself up survival bracelets, t-shirts, even a pocket constitution, bumper stickers. I can go on and on and on and on. Maybe I couldn't go on and on and on, but I can go on and on. So I'm also looking over, I'm trying to figure out how to set up hotkeys with my program. The program, meaning the one that controls the green screen and all that. Wish I could do like a hotkey. So I just hit a button and doop. I'll figure it out. Because I also got this gaming keyboard that has all these like macro keys I can set up. So I will figure it out one day. There we go. Checking. So, so much going on. And you have Joe Biden in the news. He's actually made the news twice now. And one of them, it makes me really laugh, and the other one's just a creepy laugh. First, he made the news because of his long and creepy and a sexual perverted hug that he gave Hillary Clinton. It was like really long, and there's a lot of people going like, ew. And that's who Joe Biden seems to be, as sackheads love to talk about him. And they've compared him, one of the things, he's that creepy uncle. But the funny, creepy uncle. So he actually has a purpose when he comes to dinner besides being creepy. And then, he, shot his mouth off And they talk about Trump being on its table, couldn't be trusted with the nuclear codes. Well, Uncle Joe turned around during a rally yesterday for Clinton and was talking about how he has the codes, and the guy that actually has the codes was standing behind him. How stupid can you get to expose your military aid that has the actual codes? It just, it's not the smartest thing to do. He's sitting there, and I don't know what the hell he's thinking of bragging, and he's like trying to bash Trump, that he's not worthy. And he's talking, there's a guy that follows me right back here, has the nuclear codes. Hey, everybody, he's the one that has the nuclear codes. Hi, Jenna. So, God forbid anything happened to the president, and I had to make a decision, and the codes are with me. That doesn't make me too happy that he actually has the nuclear codes. Now, he scares me. Because I could see him going, hey, girl, come here. You know, trying to impress some female. And, you know, watch what I can do. See, if I push these buttons here, I'll launch these rockets. Give me a hug. And what's funny is he has bashed Bush so bad. But I must tell you, had Donald Trump been the president, and he's talking about a son that served in Iraq. Great. Son did service. Very proud of his son. And you don't serve the president. You serve America. But he also goes into, I would have thrown my body in front of him. I wouldn't have let him go. Trump was the president. And then he sits there and starts making comment to the military. If my son were still in Iraq, and I say to all those who were there, the threat of their life has gone up a couple clicks. Hey, jackass, have you realized who your fucking boss is? Seriously, he has not only cut the funding for the military. I mean, we're scrounging for parts for our planes now. For the Air Force, we're scrounging parts up. We're going and going to a junkyard to find parts for our goddamn planes. But that's okay, you know, these $1 million planes, and we're putting junk parts on it. These Democrats, and even these I don't like to call them Republicans because they're not Republicans. I'm just going to go with the globalists, as I've talked about. They are so scared of Trump because they know their gravy train is going to come to a screeching halt. This gravy train of the globalists is going to come to an end under a Trump presidency. And it scares the living daylights out of them. Because they won't be able to get away with all the shit that they've been getting away with. They have put our American personnel actually at risk. Not this hypothetical political bullshit. Someone, and it's totally off topic, and I'm sorry. I had this one female. I don't know why I'm pointing out female. A Facebook friend, and very patriotic. I mean, pretty much all of my Facebook friends are patriotic. She will stop anybody she sees with one of those military hats and ask them if they're veterans, and if they are, she takes pictures with them and posts them. She's ballsy. And she posted some comments about Glenn Beck yesterday on his little tirade that he did. Not tirade, but Glenn Beck, his opinions sway whichever way the money sways. Because for a while he was bashing Trump, then he tried bashing Never Trump, then he was back on the side of Never Trump. Now he used to bash BLM. Now he might be on the side of BLM. He might be wanting to serve him pie. I don't know what the hell's up with that jackass. I really think he talks about how he's a recovering alcoholic. I think he fell off the goddamn wagon, rolled down the hill into a booze factory. So she put up her opinion, and a couple people went at her. And asked, well, did she listen to the whole speech, which is over an hour long, of a Glenn Beck rambling? No. And she put it, no. She goes, she's read enough that she does not want to listen to him. She used to be a fan. She's seen the bullshit that he did, yada, yada. So she's basing her opinion on past actions of Glenn Beck and pretty much going on from there. Well, these two people, I don't know whether they're friends with her or what, decided they were going to jump on her, and not in a good way, and started going at her because of her opinion. And they're attacking her, saying she doesn't have a right to that opinion because she hasn't listened to the whole thing. She hasn't actually listened to it. So I kind of jumped into it. It was like, you know what? I have my opinion, and she has her opinion. She has right. No, she doesn't. It's not an informed opinion. Well, did you listen to the whole thing? So I looked at the clip. I'm like, I am not wasting an hour. Ouch. Yeah, that's going to be hectic. But I'm not going to waste an hour of my life listening to Glenn Beck ramble on. And these people are like, I don't listen to him anymore. I hate him, but you got to listen to him for over an hour. No. Well, you don't have an informed opinion. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yada, yada, yada. Well, number one, don't tell me what I know and what I don't know. And that's what they were doing with this person, is attacking her for her opinion. And telling her she doesn't have a right to her opinion. That it's uninformed. So my point was, okay, well, she hasn't listened to the actual ramblings. You haven't asked us if we've read transcripts. Oh, transcripts. Yeah, transcripts. Nobody thought of that part. Nobody thought that, okay, just you could read the highlights of what was said. And just because, you don't think I know what I'm talking about doesn't mean I don't. Well, she jumped right back, and she's a feisty little one, and I love it. And she does not back down. And she was going at him. I'm chiming in here and there, and I felt kind of bad. Which later on, there was a discussion and all. And she jumped on him about something else. And, he's like, well, what? I'm not allowed to have an opinion because I didn't go to the Bundy Ranch? I was like, well, you kind of jumped on her saying just because she didn't listen to the actual ramblings of Glenn Beck, that she doesn't have a right. Oh, no, I didn't say she didn't have a right to her opinion. It's just she's ill-informed. It's like, look up above. You were saying how she shouldn't say anything, yada, yada. Well, after a certain point, it's kind of beating a dead horse. And I was like, I'm out of here. Well, hopefully you're not offended. I'm not offended and pissed off over a conversation over a computer. Can I? Yes. Was I? No. So later on the night, she put on a thing about if you don't like her opinions, you don't like the fact that she has an opinion about stuff, unfriend her. She has the right to say and talk about what she wants on her Facebook page. That's sort of what it is. And you have a right to have a discussion, but not, attack somebody for their opinion. People have a right to their opinion for whatever reason they have a right to opinion. That's America. And Jenna, no, I'm not going to. You must suffer. That is your punishment. You have not been in the chat room in a long time. Your punishment is dealing with those little girls. Love you, Jenna. So she put up about that, and I put up, I was like, listen, I hope I did not. Ouch. Got something in my finger. And I was like, hopefully I didn't overstep the line. She's like, no, you're the only one that actually kind of came in to help me and defend me. I was like, well, I know my Jersey mouth can step over the line. She's like, well, sometimes you need that Jersey mouth to step over the line for these people. And I just thought that was funny. Chomp chomp. Listen, I don't care who you are. I've done it for people I don't like. If they're actually making a point, even if I don't agree with their point, and I've seen where some people are telling them to shut up and yada yada, and I've jumped in and said, hey, I may not agree with his point. I may not agree with his opinion, but he does have a right to voice those opinions. And what kind of brought me on this little tirade is someone put on there that there's nothing at all wrong with changing your opinion based on new relevant information. However, the very best way to get someone to not listen or hear your opinion is to attack them. Want to change minds, change the world? Have intelligent, rational conversations and fact-based arguments. Be classy and respectful of their point of view as well. Hell, maybe they are right and you are wrong. No one wins. No one wins, though, when the bashing starts. And that's that is where I'm coming at with this whole thing. And it's too many people nowadays. Too many people just, they get behind this computer screen and they think they could say and act however they want. They just go off and act like a bunch of children. Oh, side note, the Philadelphia Eagles have named Brian Dawkins as football operations executive. And yes, I am a Philadelphia Eagles football fan. I am a Philadelphia Flyers fan. And, well, that's pretty much it. Now, Phillies. I'm not big time into baseball, but when I do root for a team, it's for the Phillies. So, let's see, where are we at? Where are we at? I know I'm in Florida. I don't know where all of yous are at. Here's an example of the knee-jerk left X. And it's I don't know. It's been a long couple of days, and we've still got. It's only Tuesday. It feels like a Wednesday. I don't know why. So, where do we go from here? Where do we go now? I. Sorry, I got Guns N' Roses in my head all of a sudden. All right. Yeah, a lot of shit's going on in Milwaukee still. We'll get into that in a little bit. Because the left media is getting their ass handed to them right now. And I'm not laughing over the death that has sparked this bullshit. But the ensuing issues that are coming up that the left has created. And hello, girls. Yeah, they've created this monster, and the monster's now attacking the creator. And I think it's funny. And they thought it was funny all these years, all the bullshit that was going on. And they thought it'd be funny to make it a political issue and really help them. And it wasn't too smart of them. Come on. Yes, I'm ill prepared today. Give me an F grading. So, actually, we're going to go to a break just a couple minutes early today. And you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network. Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. Sorry, I'm trying to figure something out. Sorry about that. The Jersey Takeovers here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to join on the live chat. It's easy, people. It's easy. All you have to do is go to Reaver.one, click on live stream, and you can watch a live video of the broadcast, and you can join the live chat, be a part of the conversation. And last but not least, if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. Pick yourself up, a t-shirt, God, I can't even think of how many survival bracelets there are. What else? There's so many different options to choose from. It's Pocket Constitution. So many things to go through. Let's see. Trying to shortcut. God, this is so mouse function. Ooh. I got a keyboard that has like that macro thing, and for some reason, I'm going to give up on it now. I'm always trying to do things easier. I'm glad to hear Gary loves his. I was really worried I didn't get the right size done, so I'm glad. Hopefully he likes the marine colors that I picked out for him. All right, let's see. Where are we? Oh, for those that listen to know that I'm a big fan of Matt Best. He does these little videos, and he actually has a movie coming out, which I got to find and watch. So, he's got a new little short video out. Let's pop it on. I haven't even heard it, so I don't know how good it is.
Morning, Evan.
I found out my wife's on Tinder.
Terrible. Hey, Kelly.
I made my gynecologist throw up.
It's really depressing. Hey, random guy in the shitter I don't know.
I have irritable bowel syndrome.
That's shitty. Oh, hey, Isis. Today is a great day for Terry.
Hey, guys. You guys are really upbeat after all that shit that went down. We got Black Rifle Coffee.
And Range 15 is now available on digital download on iTunes and Amazon. Stateside kill.
Okay, he's done better, but that was kind of funny. The guy in the bathroom with irritable bowel syndrome. That's shitty. And for those that haven't listened to him before, I got one more to play for everybody. I love this. I love it. And where'd it go? It's disappeared. I really need to get a assistant, especially for my computer, so that can go through all the files and organize. All right, here it is. I got my wife. I drive her up the wall with this one.
Is it me, or is modern rap like the worst shit you've ever heard? All they do is get a catchy-ass beat, throw some cocky lyrics on it, and call it music.
Ugh, I get it. But if it's so easy, Mr. Fancy Pants, why don't you just make a music video yourself?
Yo, maybe I will, dog.
What the fuck?
Get 'em up! Yeah! Yo, Linkin Park sees up in this motherfucker!
About to blow your mind!
We might be crazy, we might be drunk. We're sipping on whiskey, and now here we come. And we're riding dirty, this must be fate. 3 words for your fate. Bitch, I operate Wake up in the morning and I'm feeling kinda fresh. 5 pounds of bacon on my motherfucking chest. Carbon stained pillows, hands smell like lead. Under my mattress, gun safe as my bed. Loaded up mags, just ready to blast. ISIS flag when I wipe my ass. Blowout kit with my speedball bag. Dressed up in my tactical swag. Looked in my pocket and found 0 fucks until I pulled out my custom Glocks. Even wore multicams to my first date.
Wait, what?
Bitch, I operate. We might be crazy, we might be drunk. We're sipping on whiskey, and now here we come. And we're riding dirty, this might be fate. 3 words for your face. Bitch, I operate. Bitch, I operate. Bitch, I operate. Chilling at the range, fire rate sustain. Lead showers when I make it rain. C-clamp like a motherfucking boss hog. Got more patches than you on my damn dog. 2 in the morning doing CQB, tiptoeing down the hallway.
My wife might hear me.
Got my Instagram game on lock, especially when gun bunnies be drooling on my cock. Got the whole crew like, we the best. When I drop loads, they're always suppressed. People say, haters gonna hate. I'm just like, bitch, I operate. We might be crazy, we might be drunk. We're sipping on whiskey, and now here we come. And we're riding dirty, this might be fate. 3 words for your face. Bitch, I operate. Bitch, I operate. Bitch, I operate.
Wait. What the fuck does operate even mean?
I actually have no idea. Are you operating right now?
So I had to play that. I'll walk around my house all the time. I'll just look at my wife, and she's like, "Oh God, no, don't do it." I'll be just like, "Bitch, I operate." Yeah, I kind of drive her nuts with that. She thinks it's funny as hell, though. Oh, so all right. Now I've been totally goofy for the first quarter of the show. Hang on. Sending my wife a text. I know she's in the next room, but it's not like I can just jump up and go tell her. Her parents live in the Poconos, the Scranton area of Pennsylvania. And I just saw on the news they're underneath a tornado watch for today and tonight. So I just want to let my wife know. Her grandmother is now up in that area, too. I know why. I mean, her grandfather passed away a couple years ago, and her grandmother, well, by herself down in Whiting, New Jersey. Everybody's away from the area. There was not too many people that we can get a hold of that could get there real quick. So she was kind of made to move up to the Pocono area. And I understand. I'm not... Now my wife just being plain stupid. No, I'm not calling my wife stupid, just being plain stupid. Or I should say she's just being a smart ass. No. Well, I guess I should actually get a little serious about the show today. Go on to some subjects. But I don't feel like adulting today. And, some days you do, some days you don't. Some days you feel like adulting, some days you don't. Not adulterating, adulting. All right. Well, it seems that Twitter has really stepped in it. And they're just pissing Milo off. Now, I'm not a big fan of Milo. I'm not against Milo. I'm kind of indifferent. But what's going on with Twitter, it's showing the liberalism of Twitter. And they kicked him off, and I guess Europe has, well, I know Europe has different rules than us. And it seems that they have a right by law to request to see what information you have on them. This is something I wish we can get in the United States so that, hey, I can contact these companies A, B, C and say, hey, you need to turn over your documents to show what information you have on me. So that's what Milo did. He put a request in. And, they're smart-ass, and those that don't know who Milo is, no, I'm not going to try pronouncing his last name, but my handy-dandy app will do it for me. I just got to do all the spelling on it. Give me 1 second. It's going to be... why? Oops. Helps if I spell things correctly. Whoa, yeah. Hang on 1 second.
Iannopoulos.
So that's his last name, and no, don't try to get me to say it. But his first name's Milo, and he's a gay gentleman from England. Now, he's over in the United States doing some business. He's been over here for a little bit doing some business, but his permanent residency is still England. So, dumbass Twitter denied him that request, and Twitter International Company provides the Twitter services to individuals who live outside the United States of America. We understand that you live in the United States, they say to him, despite the fact that he's still a permanent resident of the United Kingdom and remains a citizen there. As a result, we are not a data controller in respect of your personal data. Consequently, we will return your postal order in the sum of $6.35, I guess it is. I don't know, whatever the European Union is to you, which is kind of funny. So, he sends it from a UK address, would basically, from what I'm understanding, a postal order is a money order, what it's called here in the United States, in European currency. And these idiots turn around from Twitter and say they're going to deny him of this information. And they only have a certain amount of time to do this, actually, which is quite funny. So it's Milo replied shortly after, stating, "To whom it may concern, I do not live in the United States. I am a permanent UK resident at the address listed on my letter and a citizen of the United Kingdoms. You are clearly," really long $5 word, delaying and by waiting until now to make this statement, as opposed to making simple inquiries as to my country of residence. Twitter has the choice of waiving the Euro $6.35 or paying the shipping and handling cost of sending a new money order, which will be €7. As a matter of interest, given that you have my UK address, where did you send the money order back to? To dispatch it to a UK address seems quite at odds with your proposition that I am a resident of the United States. You have 21 days from the date of the original subject access request to reply in full. This situation has not changed. I look forward to receiving the information requested within the time frame permitted by law. So these idiots sent a rejection letter saying he is not a resident of, or he is a resident of the United States when he is a UK citizen. They sent the letter to the UK with a money order in a euro dollar. Anybody have kids around? Plug their ears, because I'm trying to be nice today, but what fucking moron rejected that on the basis that he's not a UK citizen? They're playing games with him, and they're going to lose, because he put that request on the 25th of July. And according to European law, Twitter must respond to the request within 21 days of it being filed. And they must return with it all of the personal data that they have on him. This would it would also include the reason as to why Twitter permanently suspended Milo, as well as the motives for removing his verification before they suspended him. Now, like I said, I'm not a fan of Milo. I'm not against him. I don't know a lot about him. I know, as he said, yes, he has made people angry. He has been a little bit of an asshole on Twitter to people. It does not mean you get kicked off. There's millions of people that are mean. There's a million of people that are asshole on Twitter every single day. A lot of them vote Democrat. He got kicked off because he is a conservative-minded person. And he had a large following. What do Democrats want? They cannot win on their ideology. They cannot. Whether we're talking the United States or worldwide, this progressive, democratic, left-leaning, socialist mindset cannot win the minds and hearts of the people. We're a lot smarter than that. So what they have to do is silence all other opinions. They have to silence everything else. So the only voice out there is theirs. And why do they do that? Then they could say, listen to this. This is the only voice that's speaking up. We are the majority. Then those that oppose them start thinking, I'm the only one that has this opinion. Maybe it's time for me to shut up. Because let me tell you, before I started doing my show, and before I even thought about doing something like this, I felt, and I kept quiet a lot, not only because of the business, of the career path, but also I felt I was the only one that had these opinions. Now that I started speaking out, started doing my show, I am nowhere near the only one that has these ideas. There is a large populace, not just in the United States, worldwide, that has the same ideology. So they have to try to silence us. That tells me if your opinion is so great that the only way you could win is by silencing, you got the worst opinion out there. You have the worst ideology. If you got to cheat, if you got to silence, they can't win on their ideas. They can't. Too many people can see the flaws. And they're always pointing the fingers at the conservatives, saying that the people that are pushing the ideas are the ones going to be making the money. That is such bullshit. Because that's socialism in a nutshell. The only ones that make any money in socialism are those that are the ruling class. Because they exempt themselves from the socialist movement. And they're the ones that are collecting all the money that's being taken from the people. If Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and all these rich mofos actually thought that if by giving up the money to make everybody equal would be so great, hell, we could all be millionaires. Between Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and a couple of those twits, they gave up their money to be equal, split equal. We would all be millionaires. They don't want to be equal. They push that ideology. They push open borders. They push for high immigration. Do you know why they like the H-1B1 visa program right now? Because they get to hold on to that quote-unquote green card. The company holds on to it. So they can pay these people bottom wages. They can pay these people cheap labor. Well, if it was Americans, they would have to pay competing wages. But when they get the immigrants in here, they can pay bottom-of-the-barrel wages. And what's the immigrant going to do? Go looking for another job? As soon as he starts looking for another job, the company can revoke his immigration status and have him deported immediately because they control his green card, his quote-unquote green card. And they can have him deported. Then they bring in somebody else that is going to shut their mouths and do the job. Because they can't go looking for work anyplace else. So this whole ideology is falling apart. They don't want to be equal. They want more money, and they will get more money through this system. They will get your money. You will become poor. They will become richer. That's how it works. There is no system of socialism that works. It may work for a temporary period of time. It worked in Venezuela. Yeah, look how great it's doing now. People are killing each other over a slice of bread. Killing each other so they can get their pets to eat them. The people are literally starving to death down there. A country that had riches beyond riches through the oil industry. Now the people don't even have food. Europe, all these examples are falling apart. They're voting in conservative movements. Why? Because the money's not there. It runs out after a while. Those that are working and paying the price for everybody else to be equal, sooner or later say, screw it, I'm going to stop working. I want that free money. Sooner or later, you run out of money. But yet they keep thinking it's a better thing. Or they tell us it's a better way of living. And if you look at the majority of the ones that are backing this, it's this youth movement. And I'm not knocking the youth movement. I'm not knocking them. Because think about when you were that age. Yes, you probably were a hard worker. But at age, if you were told you were going to get a bunch of free shit, you might have gone a different route back then. With use comes an experience. And they're trusting these politicians because they're being told, you know, Republicans don't run around telling everybody how evil Democrats are. I do, yes, guilty. But they understand that, you know, they have a right to their political leanings and so forth. And they don't go around telling them how evil they are. But what do the liberals do? What does this progressive movement do? It's been indoctrinating for a decade or so. And telling everybody how evil, how demonic the right, the conservative is. So now we got these kids growing up, and they're indoctrinated with that thought, that how evil the right is. This has been something that the left's been working on. It's not a short-term. With a short-term goal. This is a long-term goal that's been worked on. I'm sitting here looking at Fox News real quick. Is talking about 26 states and Washington, D.C. allow some sort of online voting and the ability to hack. And it's something we need to worry about, especially with the Democrats in charge of it. They will rig these systems so that they can keep control. They will do it. And if the Republicans were in control and acting like the Democrats, I would be saying the same thing. That the Republicans would want to do stuff to stay in control. Absolute power absolutely corrupts people. I don't know. But with that, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense. Yeah, I'm breaking in early from the commercial because some news just came out that at least I found. But welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to support the show, or if you want to show off that you listen to the show, go to reaver.one/shop. That is reaver.one/shop. Pick up a t-shirt. Survival bracelet. So, it's now being reported, and it just, I think, broke within the last couple hours, I want to say. There was the big shooting in Queens, New York, a couple days ago, where Imam and his assistant were murdered on the steps of a mosque. Immediately, they started, I don't want to say protesting, but there was a lot of issues happening where they were screaming that this was a racist hate crime, and they were trying to blame white people. They were blaming Trump for this shooting. They were blaming conservatives for this shooting. Well, they have arrested a man linked to the shooting. They found a gun, the clothes, same type of weapon. They got him on videotaping in the area at the time of the shooting, fleeing the scene afterwards. And let me tell you, it's not a white guy. I don't know what ethnicity, But this is not a white guy that did the shooting. And I'm getting tired of it. Every time something fucking happens in this country. Every time. Yep. Thank you. Forgot to switch the camera back on. Every time these shootings happen anymore, they come looking at conservatives and the white people. And what happens? It ends up being a friggin' liberal and not a white person. Well, sometimes it's white, but it's... Talk about bias and a racism. Because if every time something happened, I immediately blamed a black person for it, I would be labeled a racist for it. Now, every time something happens, and something happens to a Muslim, it's immediately the white conservative. A mosque gets burned down. They jump right on the fact and start saying it is conservatives, it's the white person. But several times it's turned out to be fellow Muslims that burn their own church down. And they get caught doing it. But that winds up being page 400, the smallest print you can goddamn find. And they never retract that it was an actual conservative or a white person that did it. They blamed, Trump for this shooting, and it doesn't appear this guy has any connections. It just... Listen, I don't want to see these shootings happen. But I'm also getting fucking tired every time that anything happens in this country. It's automatically my fault because I'm a white male. It's your fault. Oh, something happened to a Muslim. It's your fault because conservatives don't. No, we do like Muslims. You have been brainwashed with false information. I can't believe these people fall for it. These false accusations that Democrats do all the time. And it's sickening. I'm tired of everybody else's screwing up. And it's always my fault. And I say my fault because I'm talking about the white conservative. And someone's got the video up of Biden saying that. He's talking about how Trump can't be trusted with the nuclear code, then points out the agent that has the nuclear codes for him. And they cheer. Oh, look at that. He said Trump can't be trusted, and he pointed out. Oh, God. I want to bang my head against the wall. I want to slam my head against the wall so I can think like a liberal. I'd have to kill off all of my brain cells to think like a liberal. It's I don't know. World's going to hell in a handbasket, and we seem to be the driver. So it just we're heading down a very, very scary path, people. I don't know. So, I just thought I'd put that information out there, and it's just weird. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about is everybody knows what's happening in Milwaukee by now. Gentleman, career criminal, not pulling over for the police. If I understand, jumps out of the vehicle, chase ensues. With a gun, turns towards the cop, gets shot, gets killed. And next thing you know, riots ensue within hours of it happening. Burning down their own city. National Guard gets pulled in. You know, the left's sitting here laughing because this is their baby. This is their monster that they created. But what happens? Number one, if it comes out that looks like it's going to be a good shooting, they got video of the guy with the gun turning towards the cop. And now it's the cop was a black person. Justified shooting. It's not racially motivated. And the thing that I have a big problem is and I find it ironic that it's actually coming out, this BLM, and they're going to try to distance themselves now. First they were part of it. Now I bet you they're going to try to distance themselves from it because there's a lot of reports. Number one, the reporters had to flee the scene. They had to leave because the mob was screaming and looking for white people and were beating up white people because of the color of their skin. If this was reversed, we would have had the federal government having the DOJ so far up BLM's ass if they were white, arresting them and charging them with hate crimes all across the board. If the KKK did, and I'm not defending the KKK, hell no, I'm not defending them, but if they did 1/10, and I'm talking modern day for those liberals, again, I am not defending them. But if they did 1/10 of what BLM has done over the last couple of years, every single KKK member would have been arrested by now. They're running around. They're running around attacking white people. And that's not considered a hate crime? They're running around with a false ideology that blacks are being hunted. No, they're not. There's no data backing that up. No data. A reporter had to back out. He's an award-winning reporter who gained notice by his coverage of the Occupy Wall Street protests in Chicago back in 2011. Said even though he is not strictly white, he said he felt endangered as the protests morphed from a complaint to an excuse to attack white people simply for being white. The reporter told his viewers that he became too frightened for his personal safety after seeing an 18-year-old white kid being shot in the neck as rioters screamed for whites to be targeted. And this is what our administration has helped to create and backed, had invited to the White House, praised. And this is what it is. They have chanted death to cops. They have chanted racial comments towards white people. And yet, everybody else is the racist ones, not them. It blows my mind how everybody else is at fault. How everybody else is the racist except the ones actually targeting people for the color of their skin. That's got me kind of. All right, that's weird. And I'm at a loss of where do we go. I do know we need to make sure that Hillary is not voted in and continue this failed socialist agenda. This is the Democrats have pushed this, and their monster is now attacking back. It's now attacking the very creator. I just. It is a scary future that we have going forward. Very scary future. And I don't know where this came about. It was kind of weird that I saw. And I haven't even looked at the article. So we're going to go over it kind of together. And hopefully I picked out a good article on this. Like I said, the title is Donald Trump just overtook the Democrats on gay rights. Sorry, I was looking at. The madman has actually done it. God Emperor Daddy, known to the rest of you as Republican presidential candidate Donald J. Trump, has just outflanked Hillary Clinton on the left and announced what can only be described as an ultra-progressive immigration policy. I don't mean progressive as it has come to be used, of course. Nannying, language policy, Muslim pandering. I mean, it's a policy that could actually make things better for minorities. Trump's plan is to introduce a screening process for prospective immigrants to the U.S., testing their ideology commitment to Western values like women's rights, gay rights, and religious pluralism. It's a brilliant plan. I'm especially inclined to say it's brilliant because it may have been partly inspired by the writer. The test will apply to all immigrants, yet it obviously target is Muslims who, as we know, get a bit bomby in the presence of gays, a bit rapey in the presence of women who wear skirts shorter than their ankles and generally a bit hostile and violent around anyone who doesn't have their bum in the air 5 times a day. The media won't portray this policy as progressive, of course. They'll portray it as stupid, bigoted, and reactionary. The Washington Post, little more than a Hillary mouthpiece this election cycle, has already started, branding the proposal crazy and outlandish. But it isn't. Actually, it's about the most pro-gay policy I've ever heard from a presidential hopeful. Trump has also promised to deport hate preachers in the United States. His specific words, send them home, again suggest that he's targeting Islam. Those who are guests in our countries that are preaching hate will be asked to return home immediately. It's odd that leftists are already starting up the outrage machine. After all, isn't it that what progressivism is supposed to be about? Around the world, Muslims are oppressing women, murdering gays, and exterminating non-Muslims. Progressives claim to want to protect the rights of gays, women, and minorities, yet are silent on the greatest threat to them in the world today. Somehow I doubt they would be outraged if Trump threatened to deport Westboro Baptist Church. This despite the fact that the West Baptist Church hasn't killed anyone, whereas a Muslim, Omar Mateen, carried out the greatest act of homophobia, violence in U.S. history. The left, of course, think Orlando was a tragic incident of workplace violence enabled by toxic masculinity and a lack of gun control. I'm comfortable with people who are uncomfortable with gays as long as they don't want to kill us, maim us, or throw us off a rooftop. Permission for lesser violence is available upon application. For leftists, the reverse appears to be true. They're uncomfortable with people who are uncomfortable with gays, unless they want to kill us, maim us, or throw us off a rooftop. Thus, decline to bake a cake for some lesbian, and you are a heinous bigot. Murder 50 faggots and injure 50 more, and you're a tragic victim, probably reacting to Islamophobia, whose dad will be invited to stand behind Hillary Clinton at a rally. There's no diplomatic way to put it. In this historic announcement, Donald Trump has dramatically overtaken the chronically Muslim-friendly Democrat Party on gay rights. I predict conservatives across the West will soon follow suit. The right is quickly realizing that, thanks to the silence on Islam, it is they and not the left who are destined to safeguard women, gays, and minority from the barbarians of the East. As the body counts and rape counts in Europe rack up, gays and others on Islam's kill list will realize that in the world of Muslim migration, conservative immigration policies are actually the most progressive. Meanwhile, the claims of self-proclaimed leftists to champion the rights of women and minorities will ring increasingly hollow. Voters are starting to take notice of all this. Through this election cycle, Trump has been attacked as a bigot and as a reactionary on immigration. With this new plan, though, he has proven beyond doubt that he's the only person running for president who can stick up for chicks and queers. Face fact, guys, it is politically left that wants to flood America with violent, homophobes, and misogynists, not Trump. No one with a clear-eyed view of Muslim culture can believe otherwise. Perhaps this is what Never Trump guys meant when they said Trump was a closet liberal. With that, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, Speaker, U-Tunes, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here, we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you want to be a part of the show? Do you want to be a part of the chat room? It's very easy. It's the same place you can go to watch a broadcast. You can watch a broadcast, you can listen to the show, all on the same page. Just go to Reaver.one and click on the live stream. You can join the chat room, you can listen to the show, or you can watch a live broadcast. Now, for the big one. Drum roll, please. Shit, no drummer. If you want to support the show and you want to support SHR Media, it is easy. Go to Reaver.one/SHOP, which is shop. So that's Reaver.one/shop. And you can be a part of the show. And it's easy. Grab a t-shirt. Pick up one of the survival bracelets. Bumper sticker. Coffee mug. We have Constitutional Pocket Conservative, Pocket, Constitution, and Declaration of Independent books, now that I'm totally tongue-tied again. So go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.one/SHOP. It's going to be one of those days. Yes, it is. This is weird. Trying to figure something out. Let's go there. Yeah. This is boogers. Trying a scheduling program so I could schedule, post and everything for the show. And it's got me all confused. So I'll work on it later. I thought it'd be easy, quick. That's what the website said. And, of course, they lied. Oh, sorry. I can't remember. And then I had talked about it briefly. I had posted an article the other day about the deceivingness of the headlines and pictures. What it was NBC had a bunch of polls. And what they did is they had the picture showing Hillary ahead. But when you actually click on the article and went and looked at the poll, Trump is leading. So it's the deceiving of the mass media because they know most people are only going to read and look at the picture of the headline. They're not actually going to read the article. It's something I don't know that... I have no idea. The bat phone is ringing. So, hold on one second. I do apologize about that. Oh, I feel really bad. That was actually a very important phone call I had to take, and I realized the number shortly after, so I do apologize about the silence. So I was talking about these deceiving headlines. So I wrote an article about it, and I got people calling me a liar because they're looking at the picture from the article, which is the same picture I used from NBC with that fake poll numbers. And it's they're not even reading the headline. They're looking at the pictures, and they're not reading the headline. They're not reading the article. And I love it because I'll just be like, you didn't read the article, did you? You just read the headline. Thank you for proving my point. It is the idiocy. I'm serious, and I'm not trying to be insulting here. But come on, people. Stop being that lazy. Stop just looking at a picture. Stop just looking at the headlines. You're getting misinformed about a lot of things because you're too lazy to click on a link and read the friggin' article. That's how bad it is nowadays. People are getting so lazy that they can't even click on a link to read the article. And I've been guilty of it in the past. And it's burned me several times. It has burned me. So, I make sure that I read the articles. It's but it's and it's like, thank you for proving my point for me. You don't read your articles. You make stupid comments. Whether you're conservative, whether you're liberal, whether you're a fucking Martian. I'm going to point out your idiocy. Plain and simple. People do it to me if I make a mistake. And I want people to do it. If I make a mistake, point it out. I'll be more than glad to apologize. I got it. Oh, some days it's going good. Some days it isn't. So, I just saw a picture. It's got this gentleman on a pink Vespa. And it says a new biker gang seen in North Carolina. It's called Sons of Mary Kay. Dun, dun, dun. They're going to put makeup on you, people. I know, today's a weird show, isn't it? It's been a kind of weird day already for me. The day's just starting. Problem is, I'm trying to do too many things at the same time. And I know that. I should be trying to do one thing at a time. But I am a male. I can multitask. Ask my wife. She'll say no. I think I just heard her yell no. Her ears were probably ringing from it and just, no, you can't. So, Michael Phelps has announced that he's going to retire again, and he says this time he means it. The 31-year-old Michael Phelps is calling it a career. Now, if you look at he broke a record that was over 2,000 years old. 2,000 years. That's 2,000. And it was like 2,300 or 2,400. It was over 2,000 years old. You know, the rest is all, minor. He's got 23 gold medals and 28 medals total. Now, you have fellow swimmer, Ryan Lochte. He's guaranteed that Phelps will be in Tokyo for 2020. And I don't know. The guy's going to be, 35? 31, and he's still racking out gold medals. If he retires now, he deserves it. And what scares me is the taxes that we level on our Olympic winners for winning gold. They get penalized by our country for winning gold medals. How's that for Olympic pride? Yes, they won gold medals. Now you got to pay taxes on that gold medal. And every Olympic, it seems like some politician tries to put in a law that would allow them to not pay taxes on those gold medals. All right. The stupidity. These guys can't make money. The sponsorships, all that, it's really messed up. They can't make that much money. But yet they got to pay taxes on their medals. And it is roughly $9,900 per gold medal. So Michael Phelps is going to walk away owing close to $55,000 in taxes for winning our country several gold medals. But they also, the Olympics, they're giving some money. $25,000 for a gold, $15,000 for a silver, and $10,000 for a bronze. And that's paid for by the United States Olympic Committee. So you get paid $25,000. You already got basically $10,000 of that spent on paying for taxes for gold medal. That's only if you win one. You know, all right. That's ridiculous. And then they're going to tax you on the $25,000 because that's an income. It's... They get nailed with a victory tax, which is 39.6%, which comes out to, like I said, $9,900. It is sickening. And the gold in that medal is only worth about $600. That's the scary part. We really screw over our athletes. As I said, back in 2012, Senator Marco Rubio introduced a bill to shield medals and bonuses from Uncle Sam, but it died. And this year, John Thune and Chuck Schumer sponsored a similar bill to eliminate taxes on Olympic and Paralympic athletes. It passed the Senate in July, and it doesn't seem like it's gone anywhere else. And I didn't know this. Freaking Michael Phelps' net worth is around $55 million. Damn. I didn't know he was worth that much. Good for him, you know. The man has done great for our country. He's won us a lot of golds and made us look good. He's done some stupid things, but he was young. He was dumb. I'm not going to bash the guy for it. There's a hell of a lot worse representatives to the country. Hey, look at Obama. It's... we're drawing to a close, and I just want to... friend of mine posted that he was going through and he read where some of his friends were asking anybody voting for Trump to unfriend them. And he said, just like any good liberal, always looking for someone else to do their dirty work. Yeah, that's what's going on nowadays. Ooh, woohoo. I think it just blew the eardrum out of my right ear. It's... I don't know. We gotta... What the heck? Man, I'm popular today. Oh, and one last thing that I want to get. Congress warned about Russian hacker targeted DNC over a year ago. The DNC And Congress was warned about this, and now they're acting all surprised when it actually happened. They are surprised when they actually get hacked after they warned they would be hacked. See, I don't care that they got hacked. That's their stupidity. If they got that shitty of a system, that's your own fault. They're trying to act all, oh, we're the victim, which the fucking liberals do all the time. They cry wolf all the time, and it's an absolute joke. I'm not buying it. And I love how the Democrats keep using the words like unpatriotic, un-American. They are the party that's un-American. They are destroying America. They're the ones that are the biggest pushers of the globalist agenda, which would end America, people. There is no border. There is no constitution when it comes to the globalists. Understand, people. You got to look more than the words. It just... It just drives me up a wall. It does. I know, today's been a very weird show, and I do want to thank everybody. I'm humbled. I appreciate everybody. And just thank you, everybody, for being here. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. I do this because I want... I'm giving my voice out. And hopefully it's helping people feel comfortable with their voice, and maybe for other people to speak out. So I'm humbled. I really am humbled by the amount of support I've gotten with this show. And the attacks just show me that I'm on the right track. So I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's my double day. That means I have the Reaver of Common Sense at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is the Reaver of Common Sense show. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I kick off the Wednesday night SHR program. I mean, we just we have the Southside Mutts at 8. Then we go into Ken, the Exceptional Conservative, at 9. And then at 11, we have the Sackheads radio show. So, but until tomorrow, have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.